Buongiorno and welcome back to Koi Fish Johnny. It is Koi Fish Johnny, and do you know how you know it's Koi Fish Johnny? Because he's got his vest on. His Koi Fish Johnny vest. He did one episode and then it all went pear-shaped, so I'm trying it again, and fingers crossed this one will make it through the next few days without actually murdering any fish. So onwards and upwards. On that subject, I just wanted to start with how I've been feeling over the past week. I'm looking at the pond. It is, as you can see, if I just walk around here, it feels, this is like 4, 5, what is it, R4 in the afternoon. So normally the fish would be up now, they'd be having a mooch about, you'd be able to see them and stuff like that. But if you just look there now, you can, as I said that now, they're bloody there, aren't they? You can just see the goshki, you can see Otis making his way around the back. On a whole, how I'm feeling about this is it feels empty. It feels like a puddle of water. It feels like there's no soul in the pond, and I really do think it needs sprucing up. We need some new fish in there, some new energy, and get some feel-good factor about looking and seeing the pond. Because like I say, every single day, just let me check the state of the living room, every single day I'm sat there at night time enjoying my pond, which is there through the window. And at the minute, from there, from my lovely Johnny shaped cushion in the corner there, I am literally just seeing a pool of water. And pool of water. No flashes of yellow with Fredster, no orange with Winston, no white with Jagger and Kiki. It goes on and on and on. All my big boys have gone, and I'm just seeing water. So I need to do something about that. So as you know, I've moved the pipe work the other day. I've vastly overestimated the amount of stuff that I would need. I did a great job. I think I've done a great job. Proofs in pudding, it's not leaking. But I've got quite a lot to return. So I'm gonna have, hopefully, 100 and odd quid to spend on a couple of fish. I'm hoping to go tomorrow morning or over the weekend, child dependent, and get out there, get a couple of fish, in the hope that by adding a couple more fish to the pond will bring new energy, new interest, new enjoyment, new happiness, new chapter, and also initiate some happy sort of, not memories because it sounds stupid, but basically get the fish over what they've been going through over the past 2 weeks with my stupidity. With losing the 14 koi that I lost. So I'm hoping that by adding these, a couple, maybe 2, 3 over the weekend to the pond, then it will make this more of an enjoyable piece. We can put the past behind us and we can move on to the next chapter. But also, I have got some mega news, which I'm going to hold off to my next video because I want to do a dedicated video to this. But because of my little Fredster, he was my star of the pond. Anyone that doesn't know, go back through the videos. There's a dedicated video on him that's like 2 or 3 minutes long. Shows what a personality he had from the very start, when he's a little tinky winky little tiny koi, and then he grew into a glorious monster and still had that same personality that would come up and sit in your hands. He'd do his torpedo, which sounds stupid, but he'd come from the bottom and he'd come up like a submarine. Yeah, submarine landing on the surface. He just used duck with his head out like that. Cracking koi. I miss him like mad. I miss him. But anyway, he's a Karachi guy, so I spotted an opportunity and I jingled and I jangled, and I've engaged on getting myself a new Karachi guy. Obviously, I don't want one that looks exactly like Fred. I want a similar character in the same style, in a different mold, if that makes any sense at all. But anyway, I've gone and I bought my most expensive fish that I have ever bought, because literally I think the top that I've ever paid, because I'm a cheap little rascal, the most I've ever paid is like, most of them are 3 for 50 quid, and I've just grown them on, because that's the love of this hobby. I personally, when you start, I would always say to someone that's starting out, start small. Don't go diving in and buying a monster fish that's worth thousands just because you can. Get the enjoyment factor in there at the beginning. Get the lads, get them little ones and just get them growing. A little bit of a Tosai, which Tosai, first year of life. I think fry is like when they've just been born, basically. You see them all going to the dealers and they're dead tiny little things. And toe size, I think, is the first year of life, and knee size is the second year. I could be completely wrong on that, so don't quote me, but I'm learning as I go. But anyway, a young koi, a few young koi to grow on is what I'd recommend. But back to Fredster, not Fredster, back to the Karachi guy. So I'm looking for a Karachi guy, I'm looking for a personality, I'm looking for a different look than Fred, I'm looking for a similar personality than Fred, and I'm looking to try and get, because when Fred passed, or when I murdered him, which is just the most ridiculous thing ever, and I really wish I could rewind time, but I can't, so I'm not going to go there. When I measured him, when he'd passed, he was 49 centimetres. So I want a Karachi guy, hopefully, with fingers crossed, that's going to be 50 centimetres or above within 12 months, within the end, by the end of next season. That's my dream boat. That's where I want to be, because that's what I need, that's what this pond needs. That's what got me into this hobby, and not what got me into the hobby, but that's the first fish that I fell in love with. So my next video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to do a dedicated video on how we're going to not replace Fred, because give anything, get him back, but how we're going to sort of substitute somebody else in that's going to be similar but not the same, if you know what I mean. Okay, so back to my original point, I'm going to get 2 to bulk up the energy in this pond, 2 or 3 tomorrow to bulk up the energy in this pond. I don't think the dealer's going to let me record inside. It's something I've not spoke to him properly about, but maybe I get a few pictures or whatever while I'm in there, and we can have a look. If I take some pictures of the bowl maybe before I select which one it is, pull a few out. I'm thinking go Sankey sort of thing, but more towards the shower and the actual Sankey or Sanka. Don't know which one that is, Sankey or Sanka. I've seen very different videos pronouncing that one. So if you can say, comment on the comment section, which is below, whether it's Sanka or Sankey. I think it's Sankey, but one of the videos calls it Sanka, and I think that sounds cooler. But yeah, as you know, I was in love with that Sankey that I had, the white one with the Sankey. So I do want to sort of get something that was like a little bit of a project fish, a little bit of a, I want to keep my eye on it and watch its sumi develop and its Benny develop and its pattern develop over time. I don't want it to be ready-made and it won't change. I want it to sort of have a bit of future vision about the koi. I really want it to be something like that. So that's what I'm going to be looking at tomorrow. Anyway, I've waffled on and on and on and on and on. Now you know I'm going to get some koi. So now I'm going to also talk you through what's been happening over the past days. As you can see from behind me, the trees are no longer there, but their roots are raised massively up, which I'll flip you back round in a minute and you can have a look. But trust me, it's about a good foot, maybe 2 foot off the ground. So I'm going to just scoot in there, digging with axes and spades and just have some fun digging it out. Somebody did recommend in the last comments set fire to it, which probably is a good idea, but with my calamity status that I'm in, I ain't playing around with fire at the minute, even though I've got a fire extinguisher because my mate Jack put me onto that stuff back in the day, so I would be safe. Also, I forgot to say this, but has anyone noticed anything different about the garden? In fact, let's just pop around here. Anyone noticed anything different? Okay, that's it, the hot tub's there. So I'll move the hot tub from there, and like I say, we're going to walk around in a minute, and you will, in fact, let's go now, sort of it. Let's go. You can see I've just had to pop my Wizard's hot tub there, which is a belter. We're going in that tonight. Have a little bit of a de-stress from the week, and then if we come round to here, we can see this corner is where the conifers were, and I've cut back some of the ivy, which is a pain in the bottom, to say the least. Ivy, it just grows and grows and grows. That area now is cleared, it just needs levelling out, but where the hot tub was is here, because I put the hot tub down before the grass, because I'm a lazy bugger. I needed somewhere to put the hot tub, so that's why it's not pressed its way into the floor, it's just been like that, and then I'll put stuff around it. And then if we just come here, in fact, let me walk, I'm just deciding the best angle here. Yeah, that's a nice angle. So you can see there, in fact, there's another interesting piece of kit that I'm going to walk you to. In fact, let me flip you around, take you this way. If you walk into this corner here, you can see there's a damn bit of space going all the way across the back. This is where the hot tub was. Okay, this is the new pipe work. That is only temporary. And it also looks extremely dangerous leaning like that, so I'll get that sorted in a second. And then round here is the rubble into the corner. This is the hole where the tree was. I'm going to fill that in with sand and stuff like that. And this, believe it or not. Okay guys, so that little contraption was the first filter that I ever used, because where the conifers were, back when I had the sunken pond, right back at the beginning, behind there, the reason why they got the conifers so far out was they put the filtration system behind there, and this little filtration box here is what they used. And when I got it, it had 3 different layers of very, very, very old and dirty stuff in there. Like I say, weren't using the pond for like the first 7, 8, 9 months. I don't think the filter had been turned on forever, and that's why Eric's so special, because he survived in that pond. If you want to see, go back through the episodes and really early on and you'll see the pond and what it was like. But long story cut short, this was the filter that I used, which is really interesting because it is an old filter. I'd assume it was bought like 15 years ago. I did use it for a while, and it was like a fountain fed thing back in. And I remember, this is funny now, because I remember these and thinking, what the hell are these? Why is the water belting around there? But I knew they were in there for a reason. So anyway, I did the wrong thing. I cleaned them all off with a toothbrush, made them absolutely spotless, and started up the filter, which probably killed all the bacteria on it. But mind you, back then it was probably bad bacteria, so I probably just reset the whole thing. So it's probably a good thing. But now looking at it, don't clean your balls like that, or don't clean your filter media like that. I don't know why I call them balls, because maybe just because they're bigger and rounder. Yeah, another point of note while we're going through this very waffly episode that's covering about 17 different subjects is, thanks to the guys that commented on my last video, I was a bit 50-50 whether the Nexus was too low, or whether I should put another layer of bricks underneath it and raise it up, or whether I should just leave it where it was. You guys commented, got yourself involved, and convinced me to pull my finger out my bottom and put another layer of bricks. So I just dropped the Nexus down, stuffed a couple of bricks under a few of the blocks underneath, which is a bit of a pain in the bottom, twiddling and twangling. Should have done it initially, didn't. Something I neglected in my state to just get the job done. So, but all is good. So that is back up now at pond level, if you can see. If I just pull this tarpaulin back, there, you can literally see it is literally, if anything, it's probably about a centimetre or two too high, but we'll see. Anyway, this area is looking like it is ready, once it's been cleared out and this has been leveled and this has been levelled, to move on to the next stage of our project, which is to try and probably put the concrete base down. But when I do that, I'm going to have to get hold of my man, Mr. Bond, Mr. J Bond, who seems to have gone into hiding, and I haven't been able to find him. He's my builder, and I can't find him anywhere. I've been tracking all the local pubs, don't know where he's gone. So if he's watching this, because I know sometimes he watches these episodes, get your little eyebrows round my house. I'm only joking, he's got big eyebrows. No, I want him to come round. Anyway, in conclusion to that, guys, I'd just like to say a massive thank you again for the support. It is overwhelming. Telling my family and telling my friends about the people that are online, the great people that are online, the advice, the guidance, the support, the mental support to help me get through this peculiar patch that I'm going through has been immense, and I'm massively proud of it. All I'd like to say to you is thank you, and rock on the weekend. Let's get some new fish, new vibes, all back in that pond. Oh, actually, before I go, I just want to say a couple more things. One is I'm going to not drop you, but I'm going to let you look over the top of the pond to show you just how empty it feels. And the second thing is, if anyone wants to use any of the tools, gear, the Nexus, the Tempest, the glue, the saw, anything that I've used on my journey is now in my product description. So if you go in the product description, there's a little link there. Follow the link. It should and it will take you to the item that I previously purchased, like the pipe cutters. They're a little dream and at a great price. So anything that you want or anything that you've seen is going to be in that listing, because I know I get a lot of questions about where I get stuff from and what I've got and stuff like that. So this should just help you guys again. Basically get what you need, or get what Johnny's had. So without further ado, let me move this out of the way of this. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed that. Peace out, take care, have a wicked weekend.